published 10:59 EDT, the 14th of September 2017, updated 14:20 EDT, the 14th of September 2017. Kickoff has been delayed ahead of Arsenal and Colognes' Europa League match following crowd trouble at the Emirates. Arsenal confirmed that the 8:05 p.m. start would be put back an hour later after Cologne supporters reportedly stormed the barriers at the North London Stadium. The kick-off of AFCvCOL has been delayed by an hour in the interests of crowd safety, Arsenal tweeted shortly after 7 p.m. on Thursday. Cologne supporters parade along Oxford Street hours before the Europa League clash. A Cologne supporter with a red smoke canister on Highbury corner on Thursday afternoon. The visiting fans were in tremendous spirits as they dominated London. Fans of the German side chanted as they marched through central London ahead of the game. Cologne fans take over central London as they let off red flares before they play. Arsenal reports over an hour before the game suggested that German fans were held back outside the stadium. They then broke past police lines and headed for the turnstiles. It is believed that at least one Cologne was left with a bleeding head. German football journalist Matt Ford tweeted, despite calls from the lead capo to stay calm, ultras have stormed the turnstiles, barriers being thrown and police batons drawn. The ugly scenes came hours after thousands of supporters had descended on central London before kick-off. Many had their faces covered while they chanted songs and let off red flares as the police tried to escort them away from shoppers and tourists surprised by the presence. Sources in Germany had indicated more than 20,000 fans would travel. However, while the numbers were large where they marched in Wardour Street, the figures were nowhere near that amount. Cologne fans congregate on an Islington Street in the build-up to the game. One support collected a traffic bollard during the frivolities on Thursday, and with Arsenal only selling an official allocation of 2,900 to the Bundesliga club, as well as refusing to sell tickets to anyone joining the North Londoners membership scheme after the draw was made. It is debatable how many more Billy Goats will make it into the Emirates. Filmmaker Ken Loach also filmed the fans marching by Knoll Street. The veteran director posted on his Twitter feed, "We just had this coming down the street." Cologne fans arriving for a trip to the Emirates Stadium. Long walk supporters line the roads of Islington, drinking and dancing. In anticipation of the game, Cologne fans marched through Wardour Street in central London before they play Arsenal. Cologne haven't appeared in Europa League since 1993, and fans of the Billy Goats are excited. The Germans have faced Arsenal before in European competition, playing Bertimi's Arsenal in the semi-finals of the European Fairs Cup during the club's first double season in 197,071, with the club competing the two fronts. They beat the Germans 21 in front of a Highbury crowd of 40,007 on March 9, 1971, before being knocked out of the competition on away goals after losing 10 in Cologne 2 weeks later. Links between the clubs include Arsenal forward Tony Woodcock playing for the Germans between 1979 and 1982 before he signed for Terry Neal's Arsenal. Police attempt to control Cologne fans as they march down Wardour Street, letting off flares. Fans of the Bundesliga club are preparing to watch Cologne in action at the Emirates Stadium after playing 131 league games and netting 56 goals. The forward, nicknamed Woody, returned to the Billy Goats for a second spell in 1986 before signing for Fortuna Cologne. Arsenal also played at the old Mungersdorf ground in 1996, before it was refurbished for the 2006 World Cup in Germany, when they faced the Billy Goats' near neighbours Borussia Mönchengladbach. The Gunners were defeated 32 after being 21 up at half-time, before Arsene Wenger told the team to change from a 352 system to 442 during the break, as they were knocked out 64 on aggregate.